My name is Matt Leckmeyer. I'm the Forward Garden Farm Manager for the Madison Area Food Pantry Gardens. We're adjacent to a beautiful conservancy in an open space in an area that's pretty heavily populated and is developing quickly. So there's neighborhoods popping up. I've seen new roofs getting built every week I've been out here working since May. So it's really nice to have this little oasis of agricultural land that's productive and doing something good for the community. And it's really easy to kind of buy into this effort because it's a great thing all around just to get some fresh air, get some exercise, doing something good for your neighbors, and to see your neighbors doing the same thing. So it's just a really good social networking opportunity for people that are coming out here. Volunteers have been the reason why the nonprofit has persisted for 20 years. They've been the lifeblood of the organization since it was conceived in 2001. And it continues to be the case even out here where I was hired to manage this farm. It wouldn't have been possible without the input of a couple thousand hours of volunteer work. The volunteers are varied in background and ages and familiarity with gardening. So it doesn't require any background experience whatsoever. You can come out if you're 5 years old with your mom and have never gardened or planted a thing in your life. Or you can come out if you're a retired horticulture emeritus professor. It doesn't really matter what your background is. So when you come out, we give you the information you need and the tools that you need. And we guide our volunteers to make sure they know what they're doing and how they should be doing it so that we can harvest the highest quality produce that we possibly can off the property.
In about April of 2020, I started coming out to Madison Area Food Pantry Gardens and started planting and digging and helping. This is a great volunteering gig. It's a beautiful spot, it's easy to get to, it's 2 hours a week or whatever you want it to be. It is dirt, there is nothing like dirt therapy. Okay, so if you don't like dirt, it might not be the right thing, but nonetheless, it's good for you. The microbes in the soil are good for you. And it's beautiful. And surprisingly, if you think that during the summer it might be hot, actually there's always a cool breeze and it is just lovely in the evenings when I choose to come usually.
The produce that we harvest off this acreage goes primarily to food pantries in the area. So we started distributing to the Middleton Outreach Ministry Pantry in Middleton and then Badger Prairie Needs Network in Verona because they were most receptive to it initially. And we've since expanded from there to about a dozen different outlets.
What we do out here is we just come out and pick up vegetables and we distribute those to our families through a food pantry that a bunch of the teachers run on a volunteer basis. We're finding that fresh produce is kind of hard to come by in the pantry, and this provides for that need. Really, any fresh vegetables are what they're looking for, but especially appreciated, I think, were the jalapenos, tomatillos, tomatoes, cilantro. Having access to fresh food that's healthy and culturally relevant is something that we weren't able to provide without this. So thank you for doing all of that for us and our families. They say that this little boost is what has given everybody what they needed each time. So it's been really key to the pantry's success.
I think everybody that's come out this season has been pretty surprised at the productivity of the garden. It's relatively sandy soil, but it's been incredibly productive in terms of the quantity and quality that we've been able to produce. The tomatoes and peppers have been the most surprising to me. And everyone who's volunteered consistently has worked on those two crops at least a couple of times. So we've harvested more than 1,000 pounds of each of the tomatoes and peppers. The part that I find most gratifying, I think, is the partnerships that have started developing. It took a little bit of time to kind of get our foot in the door in different places, but then all kinds of different collaborations became available to us.
It's been a delight to meet all of these new folks, and we all share this one love of giving and working in the soil, and I just super loved watching people get dirty right alongside with me and not complain at all.